Watch live. Okay. Sean, are you done eating now? Good evening, folks. On our show tonight, we tell you a bit more about how to join Neighbourhood Watch, what we do as Neighbourhood Watch. We have our weekly first aid tip, and we are joined by two, shall we call them hot ladies, the ladies from L&E Firelighters. Stay tuned. Folks, good evening and welcome to, I think it is now episode 3 of our show. And like always, before we go any further, let me bring my partner in crime fighting, Graham. Good evening.
Hi there, Arista. How are you?
No complaints this side. Excited to be back on the air with another nice show for everybody tonight.
No, that's good. I'm really excited about tonight's show. So it's going to be good.
Yep. So, folks, quickly, let's get all the technical stuff out the way first and give you all the necessary details you need. If you need to ask us a question or if you want to interact with us, you can do it on the live chat. There is a bit of a delay on the live chat on our side, but yes, please feel free to live chat on it on the Facebook or on the YouTube channel. You can also WhatsApp us. Let me just get our WhatsApp number here. There we go. There's our WhatsApp number for tonight. You can WhatsApp us for anything. If you want to email us, if you want to know anything about the show, you want to join the show, there's our email address. Please email us. Also, Graham, I think we haven't had much interaction, but we're really looking for people that want to be part of the show, small businesses that need a bit of help. They need to come and let us know, and we can get them on the show. As I say, we've got L&E Firelighters just now, and that's going to be exciting stuff. They got an awesome product going there.
Yeah. No, that's going to be good. I think it's something we can learn from. I think it's something I'm definitely going to try it out myself, see whether it's worth it or not. And just to support some local talent out there, some guys who have taken a new approach and hopefully improved on something that we've been using for years.
Yep, definitely. I must say, I will tell it just now as well, but I used it over the weekend and I was very impressed. I've got a little bucket standing in front of me, but when we get to the ladies, we will bring it into shot. I don't know if they've got the prop there, but if they don't, we've definitely got one to show.
Perfect.
So let me just see. Oh, wait. Something is happening there in the background. They're backstage there watching us, waiting for their turn. So, folks, again, as you can see in the intro, our show sort of pops up with a question mark in the name. We still really very much want a name for our show. So if you've got any ideas, again, you can WhatsApp us. There we go. Stuff again. You go WhatsApp us. You can email us. You can pop us a message on the Extra Productions Facebook page. And there might be a little something in there for whoever gives us the winning name. We'll have a prize. Maybe we can even twist the ladies just now to maybe give us a bucket or so as a prize for something. But we'll see when we get them online. I think it's going to be worthwhile. So let me just see. Sorry, folks. There's so much technology here and things that we have to try and go through to get everything. Yeah. Okay. So Graham, I think let's see what has been going on in Neighbourhood Watch in Bothaville precinct this last couple of days. You want to give us an update there?
Yeah, well, on last Friday, we had an operation with SAPS, which I think went down incredibly well. So firstly, I need to say thank you to SAPS for putting this all together, Captain Boertes, to the armed responses as well as law enforcement. Once again, the various neighborhood watches, which is obviously Zone 4 Neighborhood Watch, Edgemead Neighborhood Watch, Richwood Neighborhood Watch, Bothaville Neighborhood Watch, and then newcomer in our community, Burgundy Estates. I think it worked off really, really well. Not a single crime had been called in for the evening. In fact, if I can refer to it as preventative measures were in place, meant no crime. But that's not where it ended. We were very fortunate with the help of, I think it was the CIBs and one of the armed response companies. They managed to identify a stolen, if I'm not mistaken, it was a scooter, and that was recovered. So the proactive measures were in place as well on Friday evening. So it was a fantastic evening. Unfortunately, it ended off on a bit of a bang, where our circle became the victim to another unnecessary, let's call it a road incident. Fortunately, it did not claim anybody's lives this time around. So we're really thankful for that. But yes, I must just say a great thank you to everybody involved in that specific event. It was a fantastic event to be a part of. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
There's some comments coming in here.
Is there a comment coming in?
No.
Okay. Then let me carry on quickly. We've got the Bothaville Neighbourhood Watch AGM coming up shortly. Within the next 2-3 days, we will probably put out the date over Facebook as well as on our Street Watch WhatsApp channels and the official Neighbourhood Watch WhatsApp groups. So that's there to look out for. The Zone 4 Neighbourhood Watch in Edgemead had their AGM, and I would just like to congratulate Johan Bucas, who is now the chairman. The vice chairman is, if I get this correct, forgive me, Johan Leroux. The treasurer is Cynthia Smith, and the secretary is Belinda Brandon Kirby. And if I'm not mistaken, the AGM coincided with their 3rd birthday. So congratulations, Zone 4, on your 3rd birthday. For all of the new committee members, we wish you well for the next 12-month term that you have. We hope that you guys can carry on growing the way that you are and having the impact that you do have in your community. It's fantastic for us all to work together, and it's great to get to know, especially some of the new committee members. But we wish you well, and we are here to support you in any way possible. Then let me think, what else is there? Tuesday nights, Arista. We're going to start up the Tuesday night street briefings. A decision will probably be made in the next few days. We just need to identify whether there's going to be any lockdown changes over the next few days before we announce it. But all things being fair, chances are within the next 2 weeks or so, we will start with the briefings. But please remember, all COVID protocols will apply. Your masks, sanitizing, social distancing when we have these meetings is critical. We're obviously not through COVID yet, so we need to be responsible in this manner as well. Then, Arista, I think that's basically everything, I think, for now. Other than just please keep your eyes open on the WhatsApp groups and on Facebook for our AGM and the updates of when the Bothaville precinct meeting weekly briefings will take place. Other than that, I think anybody who wants us to meet in your specific street, please get hold of us. You will see the email address and the WhatsApp number come up through the show. and then just let us know or put it on your street watches that you would like us to come through to your street, and we can arrange that. Aristo?
Yeah, no, definitely, folks. If you want us to come in a park or close by and come and say hello, please pop us a message, as Graham said, on your street watches or anything. All our stuff, and even though government has said like 100 or 250, whatever, we still sort of limit our stuff to 50 people just to stay safe. We don't want our people to get sick and all that type of stuff. But yeah, please let us know. We definitely want to come and visit you in your street and have a chat to our residents of Witwatersrand and see what's going on. And I think, Graham, on that note, I think there's a lot of people that sort of don't know what a neighborhood watch is, what we do, and how to join. I think we'll jump in and let's talk a bit about that. That's as good a topic as anything else.
Well, I think if I look at it, and I think back to when I started, which wasn't that long ago, I had seen posts requesting assistance, asking people to join the Neighbourhood Watch over about a 6-month period. And I looked at it and I thought, something I want to do. When can I get involved? And then all of these questions came in. Do I have the time? Are they going to make me do certain patrols? What happens if work is in place? What happens if I have a family activity that's planned for that time? How regimental is this? Am I becoming a policeman? What am I doing? And I made a phone call through to Uncle Rob, and I asked those questions. And if it wasn't for that phone call, I would not be Neighbourhood Watch today. So in that, what does it mean to be a Neighbourhood Watch member? What is my responsibility as a Neighbourhood Watch member? If you had to summarize that up, Aristo, what would you put it as?
Man, to be a member is literally just to be the eyes out there and care for your fellow residents in your community. That's literally all it is. We're not armed vigilantes that run around with guns and batons and stuff. You don't drive around midnight, or we do drive around midnight, but we don't tell you to go drive. You have to do 12 hours or 15 hours a month. Literally, folks, to be a part of the Neighbourhood Watch it's hard work. It's fun work. We have some good times, like the switching on of the lights. We have awesome events. You meet so many people. I mean, we meet our SAPS members. We meet our armed response members. We work with all them. So yes, joining the Neighbourhood Watch is not really it's not a force. It is a group of people that care for their community and that want to make it safer. Well, that's basically what Neighbourhood Watch is.
That's exactly what I discovered. Once I had started, I realized that it wasn't prescribed as to what day I needed to be where. It wasn't prescribed. So I discovered I could patrol whenever I had a free moment. And maybe that was a Saturday from 9 o'clock until 10 o'clock. It could have been a Friday afternoon from 5 o'clock until 6 o'clock. There was no prescribed date. So if I had a work function or I was taken away on business for any reason, I wasn't letting somebody down by missing a shift, if I could call it that. So that is one of the key things for myself that I realized actually I could do it because it wasn't going to interfere with my business life and my personal life with my family. And then not just that, I then had to look at it and say, what type of patrols are there? I've heard the word patrol being thrown around. And obviously when I think of patrols, I think of American movies, I think of the army, I think of the police. And then I realized that there's a multitude of patrols. There's a walking patrol, which means I could just log on and just go for a walk around my neighborhood. I had always promised myself that I was going to do a lot more bicycle patrols for fitness, but that never took place. I think I've done about 3 in total. However, that is a patrol. For the cyclists out there, it's a good opportunity to get to know your area and to just go for a cycle. Trust me, our precinct is pretty big. You can log a few social kilometers cycling there. Then I realized, well, some guys want to walk their animals. And if you take your dog for a walk every night from 5 o'clock till 5:30, then you can log that as a patrol. Put your vest on and go for that walk, because some of our patrols are visibility patrols. Some of our patrols is just there to see what's going on and to be seen. And then for those who can, there's a vehicle patrol. And on that vehicle patrol, you can basically sit on a street corner and be high visibility. Or you can decide to drive 5 kilometers or 3 kilometers or 20 kilometers in your patrol. So it's up to you as a patroller to design the extent to which you can give to Neighbourhood Watch. We're not trying to force you into any direction. We're trying to get you into the open, get you into the public, be seen and see what's going on and be able to report back from a safe distance. We're not there to engage with everybody. We're not there to become a RoboCop or anything like that. But we are there to be able to get the right information in time, where possible, to the right people. And fortunately, because of our relationship with SAPS and the various armed responses who work so well together, as well as the various neighborhood watches, when that information starts flowing, things start happening and crime gets evaded or stopped. So now, Arista, I've now gotten to the point where I've reconvinced myself to join Neighbourhood Watch for the second time. What do I physically need to do now to become part of the Neighbourhood Watch?
I think before we get sort of to that part, let's just quickly, I think we must just tell the people, before we scare them away, Graham has talked a lot about patrolling and patrolling. Folks, we don't just need patrollers. We need people to help us with admin. We need people to help us in the ops room. We need some people who's a bit of social, I don't know how you call them, but it can help us with our Facebook and all that type of stuff. So you don't necessarily have to be a guy out there and patrol and walk around. But saying that, if you're going to a shop, everybody has to go to the shop. A lot of people have got kids they have to go fetch from school. They've got animals you walk. Folks, that all is a patrol. So if you go out to the shop, you're not driving like with little goggles on. You checking what's going on around you. And that can count as a patrol as well. And that's what we need. The more people we have, the more eyes we have on the ground, the more information we can share, the more we can lock down our area and keep the people out here. And with us linked to our neighboring neighborhood watches all around us, there's quite a tight circle around Boertasig, and we all assist each other. So we're fighting crime. I mean, we've got down Plattekloof Road, we've got PWP. Other side of Edgemead, we've got Montevista. Bosman side, we've got Summer Greens. We've even joined up with the people from Parklands. And as Graham said, the newbies from Burgundy. And together, we all stand and we're fighting crime. So, folks, yes, we really need the people. And now Graham asked, how do you join? Very easy. Pop us a message on your Street Watch group. We've got people monitoring that. I think most of you know Uncle Rob. He's very active on the groups. He monitors it for us. Brenda monitors it. If you would like to join the Neighbourhood Watch or you want more information, just pop them a WhatsApp message on the group or private message them. They'll give you the information. We will find out from SAPS if we can maybe leave a few application forms at SAPS. I know they also don't want 200 people traipsing in at the station, obviously due to COVID and all that. Maybe our main sponsor, Total Control Electrical, go buy a few electrical stuff there, grab an application form. I'm sure Dave won't mind if we drop a few off there by them. But otherwise, yes, send us a message with your email address and we'll send you the forms. Come and join us at our briefings, find out a bit. We'll get your details and we'll get the necessary to you. Now, I know a lot of people say, but it's a mission to join. Folks, it's not such a mission anymore. Unfortunately, there are things that we have to do. You have to get vetted to be on a neighborhood watch, i.e. SAPS needs to take your fingerprints. They need to send it away and just make sure everything is nice and kosher. We're not going to kick you off if you've got 200 outstanding traffic tickets. That's not our problem. That's for you to deal with. But if there's if there's other issues, you know what, SAPS will bring it to our attention, and we discuss it. And if it's something that happened 20 years ago, we're not going to hold it against you. So each one gets looked at an individual base. If you can get a group of people together in your street or something that want to join, we will even get SAPS to come to you and do the necessary stuff by you, so we don't get everybody at the station to help with the vetting. The vetting now, obviously, also with COVID, is a lot quicker. They just do a vetting, get through, and then we get you on the groups. From there, it's literally a join and have fun. Graham, you can you've gone through this. It's so long time since I've been through this. I can't remember the whole sequence.
Basically, from there, we take you on a bit of training. On your application, you let us know basically what areas you are looking at and how you are wanting to join and what process you're wanting to fulfill within Neighbourhood Watch. So if it's patrolling, then we will take you on a couple patrols with a seasoned patroller just to go over, a couple things to look out for. You'll be surprised the number of little things there are, little, how could I call it? Just little things that you learn on the way to be aware of what's happening, and you'll see things you've never seen before. And then from there, you basically become for a patroller, a fully fledged patroller. We need guys in the ops room who will facilitate us when we're in operations, just to handle radio communications and WhatsApp information in a coordinated manner. There are policies and procedures for these things, and it's a very short little discussion that you can have with somebody like Gary Miller, who handles the ops room on how to handle the radios. Where we can, from an admin perspective, it's much easier. I'm an admin Neanderthal, so I'm not the best person to speak on that. But I know people like Brenda can do with assistance. As Arista said, we need some Facebook gurus, some Instagram, and all of those social media aspects. So if that's where you can help, then that's great. But yes, once you've done your patrols, once we've found your niche where you can sit and get involved, then the table's open and you can carry on and go for it. Currently, obviously, we're in COVID. So after after curfew, sorry, only patrollers who have got permits are allowed out. And we don't just issue a permit through to anybody. You need to have patrolled regularly within at least the last 6 months to a year. And then naturally COVID-orientated aspects are involved. So we've got to look at your age, your demographic, and things like that to make sure that you're not putting yourself at risk and we're not putting you at risk being out patrolling. And then in curfew times, there's only a certain type of patrol that is permitted to be done. So there's a lot into that, but we'll cover that once you've filled out the forms and we've gotten you into the training, and then you've identified that is what you're wanting to do.
Yeah, so folks, it sounds like quite a mouthful and a lot of work. It really is not. Please get in touch with us if you'd like to join. Let us stand together and fight the crime. Again, if you've got any questions, please raise them directly to us, to the committee members, to any patrollers, and we'll definitely be able to assist you and get you going on that. Graham, I think we've sort of covered the basics on a quick. We don't want to stretch it out too late, but yeah, I think we've covered the basics. Anything else you quickly want to just touch on before we go on?
Just quickly looked at some of the comments, and we've got a greeting from Woodstock Neighbourhood Watch. So that's great. I can see. What is all that? I don't even have my glasses on. So this is not a very good idea on my side.
Yeah, we've got quite a few people.
There's a few comments coming through.
So yes, great to see Woodstock, all the way from Woodstock. Welcome, guys. Welcome to our show. Great to see you guys there. So,
yes.
So folks, that sort of covers the Neighbourhood Watch part of the thing. What I'm going to do quickly, I'm just quickly going to remove Graham so we can move on. So a show like this, obviously, we need a lot of there's a lot of time and effort that goes in there. We can't put a show together like this without some main sponsors. So let me just pull up our sponsors quickly and we can just thank them. Let me just get a nice full screen layout. So there we got the guys from Extra Productions. They put this whole thing together for us. We will, at some stage, we will have a chat to them as well and see what they all do. And then, of course, our main sponsor, Total Control Electrical, Dave and the team down at Village Center. Please, folks, pop in there, go say hi to the guys. They've always got some awesome specials running, some nice LED lights, really value for money, friendly bunch of guys. Go have a chat. As I said, we'll see if we can ask them to do a bit of put some of our forms down there. And then we've got Geardo RC. Now, I haven't told anybody this, and but I suppose Geardo RC, a lot of people want to know what the heck is Geardo RC, what do they do, and why are they sponsoring the show? So what I'm going to do quickly is show you what Geardo RC is all about, and then we're going to speak to the guy that started Geardo RC. So have a look at this. And yeah, I caught him with a bit of a curveball. The man behind Geardo RC is my co-host, Graham. Graham, I think it's about time we tell the people just quickly what Geardo RC is all about. And one of these days, very soon, we'll also be putting the show out on their YouTube channel, and we'll also be starting their own show. But Graham, yeah, just quickly tell the people what Geardo RC is all about.
You have caught me off guard. I didn't realize you were going to go into this. Geardo RC is basically a radio-controlled car competitions club. Specifically, we use a 110 scale radio-controlled car. These cars, we've got various categories, so you've got various classes that you fit into. But these cars, really, they mimic a real 4x4. They've got diff lock, high range, low range, and you basically drive them in exactly the same manner as you would a 1-to-1 scale 4x4. And for this community that is growing exponentially in South Africa and Cape Town, it must be almost 2.5, maybe borderline 3 years ago that we started. And we set up competitions now for these enthusiasts to come and compete and win a medal and really see where they stack up against everybody. We have a competition coming up this weekend. So if anybody is interested in coming to watch, then please go onto Geardo RC's Facebook page. You can go onto their website, have a look at what it is that we do, and make contact with us, and I'll send you information, and you can come and see for yourself what it is that we do and all of the different cars that are available and what guys do with their vehicles. Yeah.
So there we go, a quick curveball there to Graham's side. And folks, I can tell you it is a fun event. We do all as Extra Productions, we do all their videos and photos for them, and we go out there and have a troll with the guys. So yeah, please have a look at their pages and get them, go join up and see what it's all about.
Yeah.
So on that note, I see our ladies are waiting there. Ladies, we're going to get to you very quickly. We're quickly going to jump into our weekly first aid tip. So yeah, stand by for, I think Graham is having a chat to Gary this week. He'll be with us soon.
Hi there, Gary. How are you?
Hi, Graham. Hi, good evening. Well, thank you.
No, that's good. Hope you've had a good week, Gary. And welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Gary, I was in the car today and Jessica started telling me about what they had heard at school. And that got my mind thinking specifically for today. And I want to pose a scenario to you. And this is where I need some advice, right? Let's say I have fallen in the house, right? How do my family know if it's a heart attack or not? I'm sure you guys get called out a lot for this in the community, not knowing, especially with some of the elderly folk, not knowing whether it's a heart attack, whether it's fallen, whether they've maybe broken a hip, or what happens. What is the best way to handle that scenario?
Okay, well, first of all, maybe just for the folks out there, just to know that I'm a member of Boerdersig Neighbourhood Watch. We have a couple of members spread across Boerdersig, Edgemead, Richwood, Zone 4, and a couple of us are actually qualified medics or registered medics, shall I say. And we also offer our medical sort of expertise and to the community. And we have all sort of put our heads together, and as I'm not sure if this has been mentioned on previous shows, but we are sort of putting together our medics and calling ourselves precinct medics.
Yes.
So yes, okay. So to come back to that, very often we go to calls and we get, how we call that. We see that on the WhatsApp groups, on the Neighbourhood Watch, etc. And people tend to say, somebody's collapsed at home and they've had a heart attack. Come, send us medics. Which we do attend. Obviously, a lot of us, most of us are at work, and so we aren't always available every hour, but most times there is somebody available during any time of day or night. So we will go out and we'll see. So what can you do? It's advisable to give us as much information as possible before we get there. The same as if you were calling for an ambulance and you had to phone the emergency number for an ambulance. You need to give as much information as possible. So first of all, tell us where we got to go. Tell us it's number 45 Smith Street in Boerdersig, but give us a landmark. Tell us it's a big blue house with a yellow roof, or it's opposite Pick and Pay, or opposite the engine garage, or something to that effect. Give us a landmark. And then be ready and look out for the medics when they arrive. Because if it is a heart attack, this could be quite serious, and the patient needs immediate care. But what can you do in the meantime before the medics get there? Well, you need to ask questions of your patient. First of all, ensure that the area is safe that you're in and around the patient, that it's safe for the patient and for yourself. You don't want yourself getting injured, depending on what the scenario is. But as I said, if it is a heart attack, the person's going to be complaining of chest pain. They're going to tell you that they've got a pain more than likely in the center of their chest, which tends to radiate to the left side of their body. They'll complain possibly about pain down into their left arm, even maybe right down into their hand, maybe up in the neck area, in the jaw. Sometimes it's known for people to complain that the pain seems to be feeling like as if it's going right through into the back, in between the shoulder blades. Some people even tell us that the pain feels like it's going down into the abdomen area as well. So you need to determine all of that. In questioning your patient, or if it's a family member, you possibly know this, but maybe they do suffer, they have a chronic heart disease, have a heart problem. So you need to then find out from them or know that, and maybe they're on medication. A lot of cardiac related, that's heart related problems, patients have medication that they take, little tablets that they would need to put under their tongue. If they do have that, assist them and let them put a tablet under their tongue. The tablet dissolves under their tongue and helps them. If not, if they're not a known cardiac patient, and if they're not allergic to aspirin, there's nothing wrong with giving them perhaps half a disprin to chew. Let them chew on a disprin, get some aspirin in. What that does is it thins out the blood, because with a heart attack, it could be a blockage or a narrowing in the arteries around the heart. So that's what you want to do. You want to get them, make them as comfortable as possible. We talked about putting them. Yes, sir. Sorry.
If I can interject, just a quick question. If say, for example, if I've had a heart attack, all right, and I was in the kitchen at the time, and I've now landed on the floor, and my family have identified that there's no falling knives, I'm perfectly safe. Should they leave me lying on the floor, or should they assist me to get up, and should I go sit on the couch, for example? Would that make a difference?
Okay. Graham, the idea would be to make you as comfortable as possible, and by that, the preferred position is what we refer to as a semi-sitting position or semi-seated position. So sit with your sort of back, even if you're on the floor, it's fine. So have something, you rest your back against it, bring your knees up, so that your knees, and then even if your back is at a slight angle, and then just, maybe prop it up with cushions or something, but semi-seated. In other words, you don't want the person lying down. You don't want them causing pressure on their chest, because remember, that's where they've got all the pain, and you're putting more pressure onto the actual heart there. So let them sit in a semi-seated position, and then, as I say, what else can you do? As I say, I've spoken about possible, not that we are all pharmacists that we go around giving out medication, but if the person is a known cardiac patient and they have the medication, the tablet to put on the tongue, you can assist them with that. Sometimes they have a spray. It comes in spray form as well. You can assist them to spray under the tongue. Or if you can give them aspirin, again, make sure that they're not allergic to aspirin. You can give them that to chew on in the meantime. Other than that, you've got to reassure them, keep monitoring them, keep checking what we call the level of consciousness, see whether they are compos mentis all the time, or do they drift off, do they fall asleep, or whatever. Make sure that they can are alert at all times. If not, you need to note all of this, because you need to pass on all this information to the medics when they arrive, or whoever arrives there. Very important. Make sure that they can talk to you, etc., etc. If for some reason, worst case scenario, they do become unresponsive. By unresponsive, they're not answering you, and you check and you feel for a pulse, and there's no pulse, and they're not breathing, then one would need to initiate CPR. But that would be a discussion for another night on CPR. And maybe that's where I can say it's advisable for all people, everyone in the family, to perhaps do a CPR course. No, there's nothing wrong with having training in CPR.
Yes. Then I assume simple little things which other members in the house can get involved in. Make sure that there's a clear pathway for the medic to come through. Make sure that there's an adequate parking facility in front of your house. For example, if you've got the entire family over, I suppose move a couple cars out of the way. Make sure somebody's standing on the front lawn to flag down the ambulance when it arrives. I suppose anything that one can do to facilitate a seamless, engagement with the paramedics when they arrive.
Yes.
Maybe understanding
obviously, if not before they get there, have all the necessary information on hand so that you can pass on to the medics as soon as they arrive. And they can assess, they can even do an assessment like that. And obviously they will then go into the treatment that they are trained to do for the patient.
No, that's perfect.
But as I say, if I can just say, keep the patient as comfortable as possible and as calm as possible. You don't want them, they're going to be obviously, I'll say excited. I don't mean excited as in happy, yay, jumping up and down, but they're going to be very anxious. That's the word I'm looking for. So try and keep them as calm as possible. No moving. That's why I say the semi-seated position. Keep reassuring them. And like I say, just keep checking, obviously the breathing, keep checking, just feel for a pulse, maybe at the radial, feel a pulse here at the wrist, etc. But all those things we can maybe do in another program sometime, how to treat and what to do, what else to do. I see Rob is commenting there. Sure, Rob, I get the point. But yeah, folks, considering that we're talking directly about the heart attack at the moment. So Graham, I don't know if that answers your question. If there's anything else you wish to know.
No, that's perfect. I think Robert Martin's comment was more in line with the question that I posed, or the scenario I posed of making the facility freely available to the paramedic. So if there's an aggressive dog, to rather make sure it is not in the pathway and not hampering a medic from actually getting to the scene or getting to the patient.
Robert is quite correct there. I know Rob, and Rob also speaks from experience, I know, as a medic. And we know any scene that you go to and any house, there's invariably there's going to be an obstacle. And one of the first questions as a medic when you get there, we always ask, do you have dogs? And if it's yes, are the dogs locked away, etc., etc. So that's a very good point raised and mentioned by Rob there.
But Gary, thank you so much for your time. We're looking forward to having another conversation on another scenario soon. Thank you so much for the tips that you've given us, the information that you're sharing, and thank you very much for what you do in our community and how you assist people who really are in desperate need in that moment. So thank you so much, and we will definitely have you back on the show again soon.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Graham. Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Only a pleasure. Have a wonderful evening.
You too. Thank you. And good.
Yes, Gary. Rister, your mic is muted.
Oh, we keep on doing it. As we say, some useful information there from Gary. So now, what I think we've all been waiting for is these they call themselves the hot ladies. Folks, they've come up with some wonderful idea, and Graham and I have to be very careful not falling over our words here. L&E Firelighters. And only thing I'm going to say on this is, and then we're going to bring them on the show, is I went away the weekend. I tried this awesome product. I'm sure they've got a little thing they're going to show you. But without further, let me just see if we can get them on here. Oops, wait a minute. We must let's give them a solo for now. Ladies, good evening and welcome to the show. We'll join you now again, but for now, yes, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So I think, ladies, sorry, Arista, you can go there.
No, I think somewhere to trap into this and get it going. What is it you guys have got out there, and how did this idea come by?
Okay, we decided together due to the fact we absolutely love doing our bras, and it became very painful to start a fire and to struggle with your fire lighters. So we wanted to create something, or a fire lighter, that actually burns for quite a good length of time, even if one sits with a scenario where your wood is a little bit wet and you don't have to go and shove a whole of newspaper in. And of course, over and above that, we wanted to put a little bit of color, a bit of life into our fire lighters. So we've made them into beautiful blocks and all different multicolored blocks as well. The other scenario is, of course, we could have our partners spend more time with us, then they don't sit and struggle to get a fire going, so it gives you more socializing time. So that is where we decided to give it a go, and we feel it's actually come up very, very nicely.
Okay. So what you're saying to me is I no longer have to use an entire box of Blitz to get a fire going. One block should be enough for me?
Well, yeah, one block should be enough. Like Lindy said, it burns quite a long time. So it should light your wood on fire the first time round. And yeah, for the fun of it, we added some color. Unfortunately, it doesn't change the color of the fire yet, but it is something that we're working on.
Okay, my bank manager would be happy because I've got a feeling I'm going to be spending less money on firelighters, especially over the December period. The Christmas budget is starting to look a little bit better already. Can you tell me, how did you really stumble on this? This is not something that I think the average lady wakes up one morning and decides, I'm going to make a fire lighter. So how did you come to this concept? Was there a mishap with a husband at a fire, or where did this concept grow from?
Okay, could be a bit of a dangerous one. Obviously, we love braaiing. That's number one.
Yes.
And from my point of view specifically, my husband unfortunately knows he may not touch the fire because it just never works out right. So we had to come up with something that can actually ignite very quickly, last long, so that gives us more time to do our socializing as well. So it's not that the average lady, I think we're way past the average when it comes to braaiing, because that is our big thing. So obviously that's why we looked into something like that. It's something we really enjoy. Obviously, if one goes camping and stuff, that's one thing you do all the time. You should braai, or you make a poetry or something. So you want something decent, and you know the cost involved in buying a fire lighter and it doesn't work. As you said early on, you end up using almost a box, where that's just not good enough for me or for Ella either.
Okay. So how many trial and errors did you go through before you got to your recipe?
Too many.
Yeah, we had quite a few, and it wasn't, I think, as many, but we did a lot of research, and obviously you had a few boo-boos in the beginning, but we've got our recipe to the T.
Okay.
We're actually working at an amazing pace now, so we're very happy with the results.
Well, if I understand correctly, this entire process or business concept started already in lockdown. So you must have had a lot of time to have figured this one out.
I wouldn't say we had a lot of time. Look, lockdown has been hard on many people. So obviously sitting and thinking about what is there that one can do, and having said that, you want to do something that you're going to actually enjoy. And we really, myself and Ella, it's something we love doing. We're very into our crafting and DIYs and that type of thing. Then we came up with this one day, obviously over a braai where fire wasn't working too well. So yeah.
Now, if I may ask, what did your husbands think the minute you told them that you were coming up with this concept?
I
think they thought that we were a bit crazy.
Yeah, but I think they were at the same time very supportive, because they know that we are go-getters. We're going to put our mind to something and we're not going to stop until it actually works, and that's what we did. And of course, they've been there for us as well. They on our right hand all the time. If we've got any issues or we need help, they're there, and they're very impressed.
Okay. Now tell me, you've sold me on the concept. I know that it burns longer. Well, so I've been told. I'll have to try this out. But you've told me that it burns longer. I no longer need an entire box. I can just use one piece of firelighter. How do I get hold of it? Where do I purchase it from?
Okay, so we currently in close to our area, we have Plastics for Africa who's selling our product already. You can also contact us via WhatsApp or via email. If you are close by, we are happy to deliver. Otherwise, you can just contact us and find us in Parklands. And then, yeah, we're looking to go further than just Cape Town and Parklands.
So if I can just make sure, this 081 number is a WhatsApp only number, no phone calls, messaging only.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
No, that's perfect.
On Facebook as well, we do have a Facebook page. You can go to our Facebook page. You can message us directly from there as well.
Okay. And then the colors that the Blitz are currently, anything in those colors, or just anything to beat the dull, boring white?
No, absolutely. We've we can actually see if we can bring one of these up.
Yep.
Oops, I'm seeing the right direction.
There we go. Are you sure those aren't marshmallows?
They look like marshmallows and all, and I know a lot of people might have a concern as to the safety. I'm really not doing this good. So we have on this bucket over here, sorry, I picked up the wrong one. We have our goodie at the bottom just to indicate that, according to the regulations, everything is the way it should be. So we've got our little logo on to say this for parents that worry with children that they're sweeties or that type of thing. Because I know they look delicious, like nice little marshies or brownies or so. Also, having said that, we'd also just like to mention the fact that our fire lighters have all the same chemical compound as other fire lighters. It's just the fact that it does burn longer, and that is something that we really pride ourselves in. So it's very good quality products as well. Our packaging is nice. You don't have the problem with the fumes coming out with the nice sealed buckets. They're presentable. So yeah, they're very, very nice.
So you put a lady's touch to it.
Absolutely.
That's
probably
magic.
why the men stay away, because it's very colourful and very feminine.
Well, on my side, I might find the pink ones generally are the bottom of the barrel, the bottom of the bucket pieces. I might start using the blue ones, maybe the purple ones first. I think it's fantastic. You mentioned earlier on that you were possibly looking at a couple changes to it in the color scenario. Is that are we coming close to something like that, or is that still in the works?
Yeah, it's in the works, but I don't think it's too far off. But we would very much like to steer in the direction once we're up and going, to look at while burning your fire lighter, that you actually have, for example, if it's a pink fire lighter or a pink and a green one, that you actually have a pink and a green flame when you burn it. So that's absolutely funky, and that's something we really would like to do.
No, definitely. That has a novelty factor that I think will attract so many people. I saw, must have been about a year or two ago, something that they threw into the fire and that changed the color of the flames. And the minute we saw that for the first time, I was camping, and I think there must have been at least 15 to 20 people came to inspect it. So that wow factor, that would be great. That's a bonus to the longer burning time. So looking forward to being able to get a hold of your product. We'll look you up on Facebook. I know Arissa's had the number up, and I think there was an email address that we can contact you. So that'll be great. Looking forward to it, ladies. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Graham asked all the necessary questions. I could just sit back and relax and press the necessary buttons. But Graham, I think we need to twist these ladies' arm to donate a bucket or something as a prize when we get to something like that. I'm sure we can twist their arms a bit. If they say yes now, they can't move back. So, ladies, maybe one bucket we can put out as a prize somewhere.
Yeah, we'll give you 5 buckets for a prize for whatever you're doing there.
I think, Arissa, a prize for the naming of the show. We could throw that bucket towards it.
Yeah, no, definitely. So yeah, ladies, thank you very much. Thank you for joining the show tonight. We wish you well in growing this little project or little kiddie of yours. As I say, I've used it. I'm very chuffed. That's going to be my go-to from now on. I'm going to stay away from the brand names, which Graham, we're not allowed to mention. We don't want to get the ladies in trouble. So, ladies, yes, thank you very much. Any closing word from your side before we say goodnight to you?
Oh, we actually forgot to mention, if we can just have a second video, are we allowed to give the pricing of our product?
Yes,
definitely go for it.
Okay, so a bucket contains 20 blocks, which are quite nice, big size blocks in them, and it's 40 Rand a bucket. That is our retail price. If you want to buy more wholesale at a minimum of 30 buckets, then we sell them at 30 Rand a bucket. So that's quite a nice discount as well. And you can obviously do your own markup, whatever you would like to on the bucket.
Yeah.
But this has been awesome, and we really appreciate it. Thank you so much for having us on the show.
Thank you very much. And yeah, once you get your color changing lighters going, we will definitely have you guys back on the show, and we'll put a little video together of that and show the viewers. So yeah,
Yes.
ladies, thank you very much. Good luck, and we'll chat to you soon.
Awesome.
Thank you for improving on something we've been struggling with for years.
Only a pleasure.
Good night.
Cheers.
There we go, Graham. That sounds very
Yeah.
interesting. As I said, I've used this. I am very impressed. And yes, as the lady said, sorry, I must just get all my stuff going here. There's going to be some to give away as prizes. We will keep you updated as it goes along. Definitely worthwhile. So, Graham, I think we've sort of said we're going to keep our shows at half an hour, but I mean, there's just so much information. We're
I think
getting
we're averaging an hour each time.
mark. Yeah. But yeah, as long as the information is flowing, I think it's a good idea. So let me quickly again, folks, pull up all the stuff here for you. If you need to get hold of the ladies from L&E Firelighters, there's their number. Please, it's a WhatsApp number only, 081-856-9445, or email them at lefirelighters@gmail.com. They did mention, I know they're on Facebook because we've liked them and we've been on their Facebook. They did mention something, I think Instagram or Twitter, one of the two. Just go look for them, just search them. You'll find them somewhere. Go like their page, put up information, chat to them. And yes, it's a lovely product. So I think, Graham, that sort of cuts it for us tonight.
Yes.
Just a quick reminder of our contact details for the show, folks. Please, if you want to get involved in the show, if you know of a little small business like L&E Firelighters that'd like to be a bit of have a chat to us or anything, let them pop us an email. We'll get them on the show. We'll have a chat, get their product out there. We really want to help our small businesses in our community. Doesn't have to be just in Boertasig. If you're in any community, let us know. We'll reach out and we'll have a chat to the people and see if we can get them on our show.
No, definitely. Rusty, if I can ask you just to leave that email address up quickly. I know somewhere in the comments I saw somebody had mentioned they didn't know how to get a hold of the Street Watchers or the Street Watch groups. I think maybe the easiest for now is if they send an email with their contact details to that email address, then at least we can get hold of their number and we can then get them added to the relevant street watch groups that they need to be on.
Yes, definitely, folks. Please, if you struggle, if you forget the Neighbourhood Watch stuff, you can always also email as chairman at boertasigwatch.co.za, the secretary at boertasigwatch.co.za. You can email us at liveshow@etsra.co.za. Ask on your street watch groups. Rob and Brenda is there. They will gladly pass the information on to you. Anything.
Yes.
Get in touch with us and we'll give you the information you need. So quickly, Graham, before we get to what's on our next show, I think let's quickly run through here. There's another one from our friends out in Woodstock. Yeah, guys, I think it's not just us on this side. I think you guys on that side also stand together to fight crime. So thank you for watching our show. There was the one that they asked is a list of street groups.
Yes, there we go.
Pop us a mail. We will get you connected to the right people to help you on that one. There was David that said we should do training course for all neighborhood watchers in the area. David, yes, we are planning on doing some training with the people. We've got, as Gary mentioned, we can try and get some CPR courses together, stop the bleed course, and maybe a level 1 for those that want to. But yeah, keep your eye on the show. We'll definitely do something like that. Let me see. Yeah, that's about sort of the comments that we can pull up now. Then quickly, Graham, I think next week on the show, or not next week, sorry, folks, we're sort of hoping every 2 weeks, we will have a representative from BRA, Boertasig Residents Association. They will be joining us. I have a bit of a chit-chat. Graham, what else have we got lined up for that show? Let me just see.
I don't think there's anything else. Obviously, we're going to have our medic in again, one of the precinct medics, to give us another tip. Hopefully, it won't be based on something that's happened. I think by the time next time we speak, we can discuss the street watches. We can discuss our briefings, put that out again. Before then, obviously, the notification of the AGM will be put out public, as well as the briefings. Yeah, and then it's just it's going to be an interesting discussion with BRA. BRA is obviously, some of the members are part of Neighbourhood Watch as well. So it's nice to hear the other side of it. You know, they can let us know what's physically happening in the community, the link between us and, I suppose, City of Cape Town, what is on the cards for the future, what we can look out for. So I think that's going to be a very interesting one. Very informative.
So, folks, we're planning the next show for the 21st of April. I know there's public holidays and stuff around. What we are trying to do is the show will be on a Wednesday, sort of on a Tuesday. We'll make the link available. It was a bit tight with all these public holidays. I lost track of all the days and suddenly realized we're close to show night. On a Tuesday, we'll make the links available on the relevant Facebook pages. The show is obviously available to go watch afterwards. If you do so, wish to go watch and pause and go away or skip forward to something you want to see. It is available on the Extra Productions YouTube channel, so you can go watch it there. And then, folks, please, we need, like everybody else, we need subscribers on our channel. So if you like what we're doing, please subscribe to the Extra Productions YouTube channel.
Yes.
The more subscribers we get, the more we can bring to you. And we've got some great plans lined up and some great things we want to do with the show. So, give us your support and we'll take it from there. I think, Graham, we've sort of covered everything. It's we're hitting an hour already.
Arissa, thank you once again for having me. Have a great week and look forward to seeing everybody in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Graham. And we'll chat soon. Cheers.
Definitely. Cheers.
So, folks, that brings us to the end of another show. Pop us an email, chat to us. Let me just remove this. And we see you in 2 weeks' time.